Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the Book that he's read this week. So what's the old guy read this week? Well, the book I've read this week is called Until Proven Innocent by author Nicola Williams. Fair to say the last few weeks I reviewed books that are in the cosy crime niche. This one certainly isn't. It's a very contemporary, up-to-date legal thriller. It's set against the background of modern day London and some of the problems that modern day London faces, such as drugs, knife crime, gun crime, racial tensions, distrust of the police in certain areas. So what's it all about, I hear you say? Well, the central character is called Leanne Mitchell. Lee comes from a working class Caribbean background, but has worked her way up to be a barrister. And she's a very combative barrister and very competent barrister. Lee has moved out of the hood, if you will. She lives in a nice apartment on the hill, which is the nice part of near where she used to live. Shares an apartment with a musician partner, David. Things are going well for Lee, but all of a sudden a cloud appears on Lee's horizon in the form of a brief that she's asked to take to defend somebody who, on the face of it, looks indefensible. The case involves the shooting of a local young man, the young lad called Paul Matthews, who's the son of the local pastor, the pastor being a pillar of the community, well liked by all. He's got two sons. One's called Paul, a younger lad, 15. One's called Tony, who is the black sheep of the family and the local drug dealer in their area. Paul has been shot in the eye. He's not dead, but things don't look good for him. The surgeon thinks that he's in a coma. He may well stay in a coma. So the hunt for the perpetrator of the crime soon starts. Unfortunately, the person who's in the frame for this crime is a local police sergeant. He's called Jack Lambert. He's well known for being an absolute dinosaur. He's a racist. He's corrupt as they come. And he doesn't like, he's arrested Paul's brother Tony, the drug dealer, a couple of times. Really doesn't like him. Paul was wearing his brother Tony's distinctive jacket at the time of the incident, and the working theory is that Paul was mistaken for Tony, and that Lambert, who's had several run-ins with Tony, has finally got his revenge on him. Fair to say that not many people, even in the police force, think that Lambert is innocent. The DCI, Danny Wallace, who's given the case, is sure he's guilty. His Superintendent Reed, is also sure he's guilty. Even the Police Federation, his union, don't want to touch the case with the barge pole because they think he's the wronger. So Lee is put in an I'll say it properly, an unenviable position of defending this racist who everybody thinks did it. But the actual guy himself, Sergeant Lambert, is saying, no, I didn't. There's no proof that I murdered this guy. Why would I be so obvious? So that is the background to the story. Of course, the case goes to trial, and Lee is forced to defend Sergeant Lambert, even though every instinct tells her he's guilty. But he needs to be defended. So there's a very good tale of where you can trace the trial of Sergeant Lambert, which is interesting in itself. There's also the side story of Lee dealing with the effects of having to defend this racist white guy. In the community, her mother still goes to the pastor's church, whose son has been shot. She is being snubbed by the local community. The community group that Lee helps with legal advice are up in arms. How could she possibly defend this guy? And hence the strapline on the front saying, how do you defend the indefensible? So really good read. I really enjoyed it. And so it's very modern, very up-to-date, very contemporary. And the story will appeal to people who like legal thrillers because there's a lot of courtroom drama in the case. but also there's the side story of how Lee copes with the added pressures of having to defend somebody who, to all intents and purposes, looks as guilty as hell. So really enjoyed the book. I read it in a couple of sittings. I'd certainly give it 8 out of 10, and look forward to the next Nicola Williams book. Nicola is a barrister by trade, so has a background in criminal law, and thus the story of the court scene, the court case is bang on the money. So very good read, really enjoyed it. As I said, I'll give it 8 out of 10. So that's it for this week's brief book review. 10/10 till we do it again. Thanks for watching.